Welcome to my YouTube channel. You find videos on different topics in this channel. If you have not subscribed till now, please subscribe my channel. When you subscribe the channel, it's an inspiration for me. Hello students. Today I will explain class 8th subject SST chapter 2. In this, the rise and growth of the British power. The English East India Company, a group of merchants, established the English East India Company after receiving the grant from Queen Elizabeth I in the year 1600. Their main aim was to establish the trade in the East. They set up their first factory in Surat in the year 1612, thereafter in Bombay, Calcutta, and Madras. The English East India Company in Bengal. In the early 17th century, the British planned to establish a trading body in Bengal. They requested the Mughal emperor to grant them several trading privileges. The Mughal emperor became very weak after the death of Aurangzeb in 1707. Taking advantage of this, the company began to strengthen their operations in Bengal, the richest of the Indian provinces. Seizure of Calcutta. Siraj Dowla was annoyed with the behavior of the officials of the company and attacked Qasim Bazar and seized the company situated in Calcutta. This attack was unexpected. So many English officials of the company saved their lives by taking shelter at Fulda across the river Ganges. Some of them died of suffocation when they were confined in a small dungeon. This incident is named as Black Hole Tragedy. Recovery of Calcutta. Robert Clive, along with Admiral Watson and his fleet, were settled in Calcutta from Madras by the company to recapture Calcutta in early 1757. Siraj Dowla signed a treaty with Clive. The company got back their possession and again started their trade freely. The officials of the company promised that they would not interfere with the government of Nawab, though this promise was never maintained. The Battle of Plassey. The Battle of Plassey was a decisive victory of the British East India Company over the Nawab of Bengal, and this French allies on 23 June 1757 under the relationship of Robert Clive. Battle of Buxar. The Battle of Buxar was fought on 22 October 1764 between the forces under the command of the British East India Company led by Hector Munro and the combined armies of Mughal Emperor. Allahabad Treaty. This treaty was signed between Clive and Nawab Suraj-ud-Dowla. By this treaty, the Nawab gave the company Allahabad and Kara. He also agreed to pay rupees 50 lakh as war compensation. Later, Clive signed the Treaty of Allahabad on 12 August 1765 with the Mughal Emperor Shah Alam II. By this treaty, the company gave the protection to Mughal Emperor and granted him annual pension of rupees 26 lakhs in return for a fireman. which granted the company the Diwani of Bengal, Bihar, and Orissa in permanently. Dual government 1765 to 72. The Nawab was given the right to look after the welfare of the people. This system was known as the dual system, but this system was not useful to the people of Bengal because the company's officers were corrupt and greedy. The ML's collection of taxes collect as much money as possible from the poor peasants cruelly. Anglo-Maratha Wars, First Maratha War 1775 to 82. The main cause of the First Maratha War was increased interference of the British in the affair, both internal and external of the Marathas, and also the struggle for power between Madhav Rao and Raghunath Rao. Second Maratha War 1803 to 5. The Second Anglo-Maratha War was the second Maratha War between the British East India Company and the Maratha Empire. The main cause of the war, due to the defeat of the Peshwa Bajirao II by the Holkars, one of the prominent Maratha clans, a result of which the accepted British protection in December 1802. The other Maratha rulers, such as Bhosle rulers of Nagpur and Berar, did not accepted this and they wanted to fight against the British. As a result, the Second Anglo-Maratha War broke out in central India in 1803. Third Maratha War 1817 to 18. The two main causes which led to the third and the final conflict between the British and the Marathas were the growing desire of the Marathas to get back their lost territories and excessive control over by the British. The British administrative structure. British administration in India was based on two pillars: civil services and army and police. It was because of two reasons: to maintain law and order and to provide stability. Conclusion: the English East India Company was transformed from a trading company to a territorial colonial power. By the middle of the 19th century, the British were the supreme power in India. A large part of the country was